AITA for letting my 16-year-old daughter drink a glass of wine last night. I, F46, had a glass of wine while watching a movie with my daughter, F16, and she asked me if she could try some. Normally I'm strict with my children when it comes to alcoholic beverages, but I didn't think a little wine would hurt, so I poured her a glass. I told her that this would be a once-in-a-blue-moon exception. My husband, M48, on the other hand, was not okay with this. When he came into the living room and saw her with the wine in her hand, he lost his mind. He started shouting at me, asking why the hell I let her drink alcohol underage, and said she could easily become addicted to it. I immediately felt bad and apologized, but my husband is still pissed with me over this. I don't think he trusts me anymore. AITA. AITA for ruining my GF laundry. So I do all the laundry in my house. My GF has no interest and does not know how and does not want to learn. I do not mind doing it, was I find it kind of relaxing. I do the normal sorting and breakdowns of what goes where. Here was the issue: as I was doing her laundry, when it was done, I noticed ink all over a bunch of her clothes. Turned she left a pen in one of her clothes. She yelled at me and told me it was my fault for not checking the clothes to take it. Further, she wanted me to replace the things that was damaged. I was upset because I do not feel it is my responsibility to check every article of clothing she puts in the hamper. It is turned into a tense situation. AITA for taking my brother to see the Barbie movie. I'm really confused about this whole situation. I, 26M, have a younger brother, 20M, who I'm really close with. He has really wanted to see the Barbie movie. He's been sad lately after breaking up with his boyfriend, so I offered to take him to see the movie with me, and I even offered to wear pink with him and dress up. He seemed really excited about it, and we went last night. He had a really good time and we took a picture. I was showing my girlfriend and she started saying how I embarrassed her by doing that, and if people who know my brother see the picture they're going to think we're dating and some other stuff, and she left the house. Now she's not talking to me. I'm really confused. I was just trying to do something nice for my brother, but this is making me wonder if I did something wrong. AITA for telling my DIL she eats much more than me, so of course she is bigger. I'm so tired. My son and my DIL are staying with me to save money. I cook and we have a serve yourself policy. The thing is, she will eat a lot more than me. For example, I made chicken. I would eat only one chicken breast. She would have 3. Basically, she eats a lot more than me, and I don't substitute for lower calorie stuff. I'm not going to use skim milk instead of cream, for example. She is overweight and has been going on about how it doesn't make sense that I am much smaller. I asked if she was joking and she confirmed that she didn't understand why she is gaining weight. I told her that she eats a lot more than me, so of course she is bigger. This started an argument about how I am shaming her and not being a good host. My son wants me to apologize, but I find it ridiculous, and this is common sense. AITA for telling my roommate I'm not interested in joining him for dinner in my house, which is rented. We have an agreement that I do the cooking and my roommate does the cleaning. He does not know how to cook and I hate to clean. I work a very stressful job where I am in meetings all day. By the time I get home I am completely talked out and don't want to have any conversations with others, be social, or be exposed to any noise. I need that time to unwind and focus on my mental health. My roommate always insists that we sit together at the table and eat together. He is from a culture where this is commonplace. I'm not interested in having any deep conversations nor being social. I want peace and quiet. I told him no, I am happy to continue cooking for him, but I don't have the energy to be social, and he got really offended and took it personally, but it was not an attack. AITA for telling my sister her baby's name sounds like a dog's name and now she won't talk to me. My sister had a baby. I'm happy for her. Her baby's name is Ruff. It's rough. It sounds like a dog. I thought she was joking and laughed. I was wrong. She asked me why I was laughing. I said it sounded like a dog barking. Ruff ruff. I thought we were laughing, but she got mad. She was angry. She said I was being disrespectful and that the name had meaning to her and her husband. They love an obscure video game character. I told her that she can name her child whatever she wants, but people will associate it and it might be hard for him in school. She won't return my texts or calls. My mom says I should have kept my mouth shut. Am I the only one seeing this? I didn't mean to be a jerk, but Ruff, I can't be the only one who thinks this could backfire, so I told my sister that her baby's name sounds like a dog's name. Is she overreacting? AITA for telling my sister her wedding idea is tacky. My sister and her fiancé are getting married in Sept and they just sent out wedding invites on it. They basically said they have everything they need, so if anyone wants to contribute they can give a cash contribution towards their honeymoon. They are moving shortly after the wedding, so I get they don't want gifts. However, I found it really tacky, and this weekend when they came over I told them that, not in an accusatory way, just when they asked how we liked the invite. My sister designed it. I said I liked the card, but the asking for money was tacky. I think gifts are different than money and they shouldn't ask for money if they didn't want gifts. My sister got really upset and said it was voluntary, and I said so are gifts. She stormed off and my parents have been angry at me for being an asshole. AITA for telling my wife that the only reason she says money doesn't matter is because we're rich. I, 48M, and my wife, 47F, both have very well-paying jobs. I am a pediatric doctor and she's an attorney, which have allowed us and our kids, 20F, 17M, and 15M, to have a more than comfortable lifestyle. My wife has a tendency to say things like money doesn't matter and that material things don't matter, and she says them all the time, which kind of irks me because she's right. But I was raised in a poor family and I know that she wouldn't be saying the same thing if we were middle class, but I haven't said anything up until this morning. I had made a comment about needing a better watch and my wife was saying her usual money doesn't matter. I told her that she was only saying that because we are rich and because she has never experienced being without money in any sense. Predictably, she got upset with me and now I'm wondering if perhaps I overreacted and went too far. AITA for throwing a tantrum because my child wasn't invited to a child-free wedding. My sister is getting remarried and she wants a very small wedding with only immediate family. Yesterday we got her wedding invitation and to my surprise it said that the wedding is child-free and my child isn't invited. My child is 17 years old, going 18 soon. By the way, my child is the only one under 18 in our family, and in the groom's family, so she is the only one being excluded. I called my sister and asked her if she is king serious. She said, I'm sorry, but we have decided that we want a child-free wedding. I told her to just say you want my child-free wedding and get over with it, because this is exactly what you are doing. We got into an argument and she told me to stop throwing a tantrum and my child doesn't need to be included in everything. I told her that we won't be attending her wedding then, and she called me an asshole for not supporting her. AITA for walking in my friend's house with shoes. He has a strict no shoes policy and at first I respected it, but after a while of walking around his house my feet/socks would be disgustingly filthy. I don't understand how you can have a no shoe policy and not have clean floors. After just 30 minutes of being inside his house without shoes, my socks would start getting gross at the bottom and I hate having to put my dirty socks back into my shoes, so I told him I'm wearing shoes until you learn how to clean your floors. He told me I'm being an asshole for not respecting his wishes in his house, and so I left. Now he's texting me saying that it was stupid that I left over something so small and I should have just took my shoes off. I really don't know if I'm in the right or not.